Is it spring or is it summer in Canada right now? Well, wildfires, bushfires, heat waves. Is this springtime in Canada? I will show you. When you look behind me, you see all green, right? Actually, if you look closer, it's not all green. We have still lots of trees that are actually without any greens. It means it's springtime, right? No big deal. And it's the middle of May. But here's the thing, I mentioned heat waves and fires, right? So right now here in the prairies, excuse me, the sun is getting stronger, we are having some issues. Just like every year, there are bushfires going on in the neighboring province of Alberta. And they are huge and large. And sometimes they are so large that even in our province, you see the entire sky will be completely gray, with not with ash, but with clouds of smoke everywhere covering, and you can smell it then everywhere as well. And this is just springtime, and it's basically almost every year, and it's May. Today it's going to be 31 degrees, middle of May, 31 degrees. That's springtime, right? So I'm talking about the Canadian prairies, which I'm here, as I mentioned, in the Saskatchewan. And the fun effect here is that actually the prairies are closer to other parts of the world than to the rest of Canada. For example, the prairies of the United States, Mongolia, Kazachstan, parts of Russia and parts of China are very similar to our weather, the weather condition and everything. For example, 6 months or more of winter time we have here, same as them. And then suddenly springtime is very short and can be sometimes really quick to change to right away summer. 30 degrees today, it's going to be really hot and dry. So the risk of hazardous fires and everything, pressure and everything, it's large. So just mentioned, so health issues are really a problem here in the province and really in the prairies in Canada. Well, in general, with 6 months of winter, but also the spring and summertime. Here's the thing, imagine you have 6 months of winter and sometimes you get minus 20 or minus 30 degrees. You're stuck at home or you're going outside and you experience the coldness all the time in your bones and everything. Then suddenly it's springtime and it's like 15 degrees, 10 degrees. But then 1 week later or 2 weeks later, it's plus 31 degrees. For your body, that can be really problematic. You can get headaches, you can get nausea, you can get pressure. I am one of those people that actually have such issues, and it can be really bothersome. And there are many other health issues and people don't really register it. If you are like from England or Germany, the west coast from our east coast weather from America, and you're coming here, you would never think of such a thing that suddenly you're getting sick and you are thinking, well, what's wrong with my body? I never had these issues before. Just a different place can be so different on your body. And one of the worst things is the body, if it's sensible like mine, it cannot get really used to it unless you are born here and like really spent here decades. But even then, if you are body sensitive, the thing is, because 6 months winter time, a month maybe springtime, 4 months summer, 2 weeks maybe fall, and then again 6 months of winter time. So the body has never enough time to really adjust to the climate, to the weather. It always changes, and it changes a lot. I mean, between minus 30 in winter in January and plus 30 in July, August, and even now today, it just can't get used. Plus, it's because the prairies are like this and the steppes, which is like the same thing. The weather can be very quickly, even in summertime, you can get snow. Really, you can get here snow. And the pressure and the heat and the cold can change really within a day or with a few weeks. In summertime, you can suddenly get just plus 10 or plus 5 when you had the whole time higher degrees. So for your health, it can be really annoying and really harsh to get used to it, which you won't, and then you will get sick. So if you're here and living here or moving here, this is why you maybe have more headaches than you used to have ever before. One serious note I forgot to mention, really important for your health matter, is I mentioned before the wildfires, the bushfires and the forest fire here in the prairies that happen every single year, and that really the whole sky gets gray and you can smell fire the entire time. during this time the government says it is hazardous, so sometimes even you might need to wear a mask. If you have asthma, especially if you have serious asthma, this alone means maybe you cannot live like in Alberta or Saskatchewan, because otherwise you will get seriously sick, or you cannot go outside, because I really mean it. It's the whole sky is completely gray, and you can sometimes see on the cars and everywhere a very, very small thin layer of dust from the smoke. So this is really serious, and you need to be considering about it. If you have asthma or something else that is really impacting your lungs or other parts for your breathing, do be mindful of that, okay? And this brings me to a very important matter of choose where to live. When you come to Canada, you are in a privileged position that you can choose. Kinda. Of course, the truth is, if you are a newcomer to Canada, you need to go through the program and whatnot, point system, and you are assigned a province. Usually, that's what happened with my family, and we were assigned Saskatchewan. But afterwards, even if you are assigned to a province, after a few years you get your permanent resident card and everything, you can choose where you want to go. For example, if your body is sensitive to changes of weather or harsh conditions, here's the solution. You can just go and live to the coasts, East Coast or West Coast. West Coast is even much better. The costs are higher there than here, but it's way more green. The temperature on an average is way more stable because they're close to the coast and everything, especially if you are living, for example, on Vancouver Island. The weather conditions are much nicer for you and your body. Your body can handle it much easier. I plan maybe in future to live there because honestly, just because of my health, I love to see more greenery. I like my city here. But for my health, especially once I'm getting older, and I can feel it even right now, I'm just not even 40, and I can tell for my body, I need to change the scenery. I need to change where I live. So make sure when you are coming to Canada that you know your body, you know your health, that you not just romanticize and think, oh, I want to live close to the Grand Canyon, to the mountains and everything. But if your body can't handle it, I'm sorry. You need to make the best choice for you and your family, right? So it's up to you. What do you think? Is it really amazing to have a weather like this? Maybe like 30 degrees suddenly in May, 6 months of winter time. I would like to hear what you're thinking about this crazy weather. And of course, I thank you so much for watching this video. Consider liking it, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you very much. Goodbye.